What's up, everybody? This is the Yeti from the Return to the Ohms with a quick impromptu video. So, things have been out of whack. Things have been out of kilter in my life. Things have been out of balance. And a close friend of mine has just told me and really kind of opened my mind up a little bit about something that clicked with me. And that's do these videos for myself, not for what I want other people to think of me or not to worry about what others think. So with that being said, let us quickly return to the Ohms together.
Press enter.
So I want to talk briefly and go in depth later about the pineal gland. So the pineal gland is a small gland located almost directly center of the brain. It is not researched to the point to where scientists truly know everything that it does and like the functionality of it. We do know that it kind of regulates hormones and it has something to do with our sleep patterns, melatonin and such. So there's a lot of information out there too. Like you can kind of correlate the picture of the Eye of Ra, I think it is, or whatever the Egyptian eye is. I forgot the name of it right now as I'm driving, but it kind of resembles the pineal gland. So I said the other day that when you do the Ohms and things like that, that it kind of, if you do it the right way, will vibrate the roof of your mouth. So to kind of cut to the chase here, when you do that Ohm, it's sending a vibrational pattern to your pineal gland, which can actually help decalcify it, kind of bring it to life a little bit. It's like a part of your brain that is just kind of like falling asleep, and you just got to wiggle it around and wake it up a little bit. So mixing in a little bit and a little drop of conspiracy for you here. You've probably heard at some point, or at least aware of, fluoride that is used in our water systems to clean things. And I'm all for clean water. I don't want poo water. I don't want no doo-doo water. You can keep that. I enjoy clean drinking water. I personally do not drink tap water. You can call me bougie or whatever, but trust me, I'm not rich enough to be bougie. I just don't like tap water. I used to drink from the hose as a kid, sure. We all did it. But the thing about fluoride is that there have been studies proven that link fluoride to calcifying the pineal gland in the brain and God knows what other part of the body. It's also been shown to increase or to speed up the sexual maturity of females, which is a very unusual side effect of fluoride. That is just, to me, that is insanely odd. Which means that they are becoming more and more mature quicker and earlier on in their life, which is a worrisome problem. Anyways, I believe that there is some kind of correlation between this fluoride that is in our water system, and it's not just like Alex Jones and the frogs are the way they are, and you know the moon landing was fake. It's not that kind of tinfoil stuff. The fluoride in the water system has been proven. These are facts. There are scientific documents and research that has been done to show the devastating effects that fluoride has on the human body. Our bodies are alkaline based. Okay, we are kind of like how do I put this? A conductor of electricity, right? So you know that, oh man. So when, sorry about this. I'm slipping on my own tongue here. So our bodies are conducive to electricity. Hence why we have to wear rubber shoes so that we don't get struck by lightning, and to keep our feet protected from the ground, of course. But I mean, you know that people get struck by lightning. Well, don't carry an umbrella. No, it's not that easy. People get struck by lightning. People have been struck by lightning more than twice, right? They say that lightning never strikes twice in the same place. Absolute made up nonsense, because it happens, and it actually happens to people. So our bodies are kind of alkaline. They have you know how like water has pH balances, right? Well, we have like an alkaline sort of, which is electric conducive. It's conducive for electricity. I feel like if there's a conspiracy here with this fluoride in the water system and the pineal gland, which some have called our third eye, right? Which is combated with, no, it regulates hormones and sleep patterns. Well, you've already admitted, science, that you don't know the true functions of the pineal gland. And it also appears that many ancient cultures have, time and time again, drawn the pineal gland. So I think there's something there. I think that if there, like I said, if there was a conspiracy, it would be to calcify the pineal gland or our third eye, to kind of blind us in a way. We are not just meat bags. As fun as that is to say, that's not all that we are. There is more to us than meets the eye. The way that I see us is that we are driving a physical vehicle. We are like spirits that are using this body as a tool. We are driving it around. We are able to move it and use it. There is more to us than just physical life, working and dying. There's so much more to us, and it's not just reading a Bible and going to church. It's not just reading the Quran. It's not just saying Ohm and chants and mantras and all that. There's so much more to us than what anybody seems to understand. We are harnesses. Like, we can harness the power of energy. This is proven because when I was young and I would go outside, I would sit on this specific part at my driveway, and I would love to watch storms come in. I always used to get so pumped full of energy as storm clouds would roll in, or when it would snow, or when the sky was extremely blue and the air was crisp. Like, I would get full of energy, just from my core all the way up to my brain, just full of energy. But the difference is that when storms would come through, they say it raises the barometric pressure, it does things with the air, it ionizes things, it electrifies and all this kind of stuff. But the hairs on my arm would stand up when storm clouds would gather up and roll over. This is a form of energy. It doesn't matter if science is able to classify it and to call it something. It doesn't matter. Okay, so here's the thing. 1,000 years ago, if I was able to pick up this device in that time frame and call somebody across the planet, FaceTime them, and see their picture from one side of the planet to the other with a little small device that I held in my hand, that would be considered magic or religion or angels or God. Who knows what it would have been called? But it wouldn't have been called a cellular device with Wi-Fi capabilities, because they hadn't had that concept yet. This wasn't a thing. This device that I'm holding would have been called magic, right? Just like penicillin. So you live in a tribe 1,000 years ago, and one of your tribe members is dying from a simple flu, right? And you give them Tamiflu, right? And all of a sudden, miraculously, within 2 days, their body is back up and running, right? Or They have a horrible infection on their arm. Just completely infected. It's pussy, it's oozing, right? And you give them a bottle of pink liquid, right? That tastes wonderful. And you say, drink this liquid and your arm will be healed. What the hell do you think that would have been called back then? That's called a potion. That's what this is. I know I'm getting aggressive. I'm getting pumped up. It's Return to the Ohms, baby. This is what it's all about, okay? We understand it, that it's medicine, that it came from mold and bacteria and funguses and all these other chemical combinations that we can mix together. We understand that now. We have this understanding because it's what we've called it. But thousands of years ago and hundreds of years ago, they didn't have these elixirs. They had tonics. There was like, go and get a pig's foot, mix it with the beak of a chicken, pee on it, spit some whiskey into it while hopping backwards and saying, hair of the dog, you know, like, and then you drank it. And then sometimes it would work and sometimes you wouldn't come back to life. That's not the same thing. So don't come in here talking about, no, they always had these medicines. Actually, yeah, okay, they had the alchemist book, or what's it called, the codex. They had many of those with lots of different plants that did lots of different things. Okay, so if somebody was ill with a fever, they would say, go and retrieve these leaves from the woods and mix it with this and that. And sometimes they would get lucky. And they might pick an aloe plant to heal the rash, to heal the boil, right? But if you were to take things from today, like just something as stupid as a clap-on light, or Google Lights, right? Google House, and you built a home and just teleported it back 1,000 years, right? Everybody else is running around, and you walk in your home and you show these people, like, okay, Google, turn on my lights, please. Boom, every light in your house comes on. Or they're sick and you give them a bottle of cough syrup or a bottle of penicillin or amoxicillin or any of these medications, right? Or you show them your cellular device of all the things that it can do to you, do for you, do for other people. This would be mind-blowing. You know what the purpose of this rant was? Thought-provoking, right? You can't just watch one video of Return of the Ohms and be like, oh, I'm awoken. I'm an awakened person now. I'm an awoken person now, whichever one it is. I understand. I see clearly now of everything. Because it's not possible. Because when it comes to the pineal gland or the third eye, you have to believe in something a little bit more than just religion and science. Religion and science have been battling for ages. And they probably will never stop. Right? And I get this argument all the time. It's like, oh, so you're saying that you believe in spiritual things. No, that's not necessarily what I'm saying. So you believe in the scientific part, right? No, that's not necessarily what I'm saying either. I'm saying that there's something more to us as human beings besides a book that was written 1,000 years ago and stuff that we've learned over 1,000 years. There's more to us than that. Yes, I believe that there's truth in a lot of these religious texts. Yes, I believe that there's a lot of truth in science. But I also believe that this world is fractured, confused, and in disarray. So, to calm myself down now, if there is a conspiracy by poisoning our water supply with fluoride, it would make sense that if somebody, or some group was trying to control us, and not just physically make us ill, then they would blind our third eye. I also kind of believe and have heard and read a little bit about being baptized in the forehead actually closes the third eye. But we'll save that for next time. This has been your host, The Yeti, with Return of the Ohms. Don't forget to check out Final Boss versus the World. Don't forget to check out Darks, aka DJ Deranged, on YouTube. You can catch him on SoundCloud, I believe it is. Crafted and something, dang it, I forgot it. Look him up, DJ Deranged, on SoundCloud. You can check out his new album that he's working on called #Lagoon. I'm not sure if it's called #. You can check out Rhino of the Salt Happens podcast, baby, because that's where we're all from, is the Salt Happens, baby. No, for real. Salt does really happen. I'm not trying to blow your eardrums out. only trying to blow your mind. You can check out Rhino probably on Twitch or something. Go over to our Facebook at Salt Happens or Return of the Ohms or Final Boss versus the World. Check us out on Instagram. Like, comment, and subscribe. Send me a message and tell me why you hate my cane. Peace. Remember, don't be toxic. Be mindful. Peace.